AdamHarry back in with another quick BoLS overview. I have a very special one for you today. I've got a copy of Planetary Onslaught. Alright BoLS fans, I'm pretty pumped about this one. Planetary Onslaught, the new book, new supplement for Warhammer 40k. This book is basically 3 expansions in one. Pretty pumped about it. It's got your old Planet Strike, your old Cities of Death, Stronghold Assault, a bunch of awesome new stuff in there, campaign stuff. I still have the plastograph on it, as you can see, so without further ado, let's jump on in. Alright, BoLS fans, here we go. Planetary Onslaught. Super excited about this one. Here we go. Table of contents, as you can see here. Real quick, it's got some intro stuff for the fate of worlds. That's what you're going to be fighting over with Planetary Onslaught. It's just basically a planetary campaign from top to bottom, literally, starting with the Planet Strike, where troops drop in and start fighting from there, all the way to assaulting major strongholds or cities. And then speaking of cities, we even have the Cities of Death rules in here as well for street-to-street fighting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's dive in. Jumping first to the Planet Strike section, I'm not going to go through every single page in here, but I did want to show off a couple of things. This is a whole introduction for a new way to play the game, as you can see here. Planetary Assault. If you're an old vet, you may remember some of these from the, again, Planetary Assault supplement, but the Planet Strike mission supplement. They're pretty familiar. So they're going to have custom scenarios, custom fun stuff for you to try. Again, it's just a different way to play Warhammer. You've got basically the 2 different players here. You're going to have your attacker and your defender player. You're going to have your own special detachments that you can build from and do stuff like that. Again, these are not supposed to be asymmetrical missions. They're supposed to be different. Supposed to be, again, just a completely different way how to play 40k. And you can use these however you want within your games. Probably not going to be big for tournament players, to be perfectly honest, but you know what? Narrative players, this is where you're going to be living and breathing for the next couple months for sure. So you do have your own attacker, defender, warlord traits, which is pretty cool. You have your own attacker and defender stratagems, which are very important. And then, of course, we've got missions, the Planetfall missions. I'm not going to go through all these, but Desperate Assault. There's a couple other ones here, Seize and Destroy. Basically, you know what you're doing. Custom missions for that. I'm skipping around. How a campaign, Planet Strike campaign works. You do each one kind of in order depending on the results, and then you kind of go from there. It's kind of like a branch campaign, if you will, depending on the results. It's pretty fun. I've done one before. The cool thing is you can go straight from a Planet Strike campaign directly into the Stronghold Assault style of game now too. So same kind of deal with this. You're going to have your own missions, a new set of missions to play through, new sets of detachments, again, defender and attacker detachments. If you're playing in the campaign, you're probably going to want to run the same attacker and defender, just thematically it makes sense that way. Again, more missions and stuff like that. Again, skipping through that, I don't want to spoil all of those, but you get the idea. The last thing is going to be the Cities of Death portion of the campaign. Again, after you go through the Planet Strike, you've dropped into the planet, you've created a foothold, now you're going to assault their strongholds, you've broken through their strongholds, now it's going to be the brutal street-to-street fighting, which is what the Cities of Death represent. Very brutal, very different objectives here. Again, you can see here you have your own objective table with objective markers and all that fun stuff. Skipping around, those are just going to be the Cities of Death objectives. Moving through here, more missions for you to play through. Again, I'm not going to show them all off, but you get the idea. Custom Cities of Death missions, campaign structure for Cities of Death, which is super important, and then Planetary Onslaught campaign. If you want to play them, phase 1, 2, and 3, again, you've got Planet Strike, the Siege Wars, which are the Stronghold Assault, and then Cities of Death. It's all laid out here for you. This is what actually gets me the most excited about this, aside from obviously all the data sheets that we're going to be getting into. Again, I'm not going to show all these off, but these are all current updated versions of all of the data sheets. Here we have the Aegis Defense Line, very popular fortification. You see this all over the place, and it's just a quick breakdown of how it all works. I'll show you off one more here. Again, here we have the Wall of Martyrs. That all has been updated and stuff like that. And I'm going to cut to one more just to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. This was the last one I wanted to show off, which was the Tide Wall Defense Network. Just to show that it is actually in this book, all of the Tide Wall stuff. So all of those extra forts. If you're a Tau player, this is huge. These are really the first kind of Xenos themed defense network / fortifications that are in the game. So this is kind of a big deal. I'm personally waiting for other Xenoses to get some of their own versions as well. They do have the munitions armored container crate cache as well. The one that's not in here, which is kind of surprising, is the new heliotrope reactors. At this point, they're not in here. The only way to get those rules are actually via their website. So go check those out. They're actually free though, which is kind of nice. But there you go. There's the fortification of the armory. That's everything in the book. Again, one last peek. I'll show this off just to confirm with you. Again, here's the table of contents. There's no heliotrope reactors in here, so that's new. New to me. I thought they would definitely be in here. They are not. But everything else is in here. All your wall of martyrs, the defense lines, basically any Imperial fortification, void shield generators, which are newer, I guess. Here, the Munitorium armor container cache, again in here, all the Tidewall stuff, and then a couple other things too. I'm not going to get into all those. You kind of got a good idea, and again, you can see the list there right in front of your face. So, but pretty cool stuff. Planetary Onslaught should be in stores pretty soon by the time you watch this video. Hope you enjoyed this really quick BoLS overview. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS signing off. Have a good one.